What's up guys, this is Dave from Crux Motorsports. We're going to be showing you today how to apply our pre-cut window chrome delete on this Mercedes-Benz A220. This will work on, I believe, the 2018 up Mercedes-Benz. We're going to be showing you the gloss black film. This is going to closest match your B-pillars in the center of the car. We just also have this available in a satin finish, a metallic gloss black, and a matte black, depending on what your preference is. So the kit's going to come on a sheet like this. You're going to have the rear lower door, front lower door, rear upper door, and front upper door. Those are also going to be the driver's side positions. We're going to be showing you the passenger side of the vehicle. Those are the unmarked films. So we're going to get started on this back window. This is going to be one of the more difficult windows just because of the curve. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer so you can see how that's done. So let's go ahead and get started. This is already all cleaned with just rubbing alcohol. Just make sure you get in between the grooves. And the kits are also going to have, which you'll see in the end of the video, a spot for like the chrome at the very edge. You'll do that in the last step. So let's go ahead and get started on this back window. So the rear upper door is a little tricky just because it has this curve. You'll see on the passenger side it has a slight angle cut on it, so that's going to help, I guess, getting initially aligned. So another thing that I did was I cut these into little strips just to make it a little bit easier so you don't have to worry about, the vinyl falling down and it collecting dirt somewhere off the car. So what we're going to do is align this at the bottom. And once you get it aligned where you want it at, you're going to just keep tension on the film with your right hand and follow the bottom, this part of the molding, and you're going to want to just align it there. So once you get past this first little curve, it gets a little bit easier. So I'm just using my fingertip to smooth out the film as I go. This is an air release film, so it has little tiny grooves in the adhesive layer to allow the air to escape as you're applying it. If you do need to reposition the film for any reason, you can pull it back up and just re-stick it down. And I am keeping just a little bit of tension on this film the entire time just to keep it going in the right direction. So once you do have it applied, just go over it again just with your fingertips and press down the film. Now on this particular car, the chrome molding on the front comes up and then it goes back down. So unfortunately with these kits, you're not going to be able to wrap that. And the only position that you can really see it is if the door's open. So exposed from the outside, you're not going to be able to tell. So once you get that done, what I'm doing is just using my thumb pad and sort of rolling this material over that upper lip. And once you have it over the upper lip, just sort of stick your finger down that groove and press it into place. So this was actually a little off at the start. So I just pulled that material back up and re-stuck it down. And that's that. You are gonna have to trim this upper edge. Let me just go grab a knife and I will show you that a little bit more close up. So on this upper edge, you have this front face of the chrome, and then as you can see in there, there's a little tiny guy in there. So what we're gonna do is just keep tension on the material, press it into place there, and then using a razor blade, just lightly trim over that material. Don't press too hard because you'll get into your gasket. And then you're gonna just tuck this extra material that's up top in behind the molding. So that's the rear door, so we're gonna move on to the front door now. So the front window is pretty straightforward. You do have to start at the front of the car. You're gonna have a pretty aggressive angle on this one. So once you get that angle lined up, just align the material at the bottom like you did on the rear window, and just work your way up the vehicle. So I'm just keeping a slight tension on this film with my left hand. You don't have to pull hard on it. You just keep a little bit of pressure on it. So once you have that bottom line, as you can see, it's starting to curl down on us. Just get your fingertip underneath that and just sort of work the material up. That's the tension that was on the film trying to pull itself back a little bit. We do have squeegees for sale on the website, but personally I don't like using one because with your fingertips you're able to sort of feel the material a little bit better. With a squeegee you could be creasing the material and not noticing until it's too late. So like right there I put a nice crease in it. So we're just going to gradually pull this back up and then work it right back down. It is easier if you use like, I guess, baby steps, if you will, to work the material instead of just trying to push it all down at once. So this edge, or the back of this chrome, is the same as the rear door. So I'm going to start to roll this upper edge around, give it a little bit of tension. And then just gently make that cut. Then work that rest of the material around. So when we actually cut this and on the back door, you're not actually cutting all the way through the film, you're just sort of putting a score into the film, which will allow you to pull it off. If you're nervous about using a knife on the vehicle, you could also give yourself a little bit of overhang and then just use scissors to cut the film as well. So this is just like that rear door. It has that weird upper lip, and I'm just using the pads of my fingers to roll this material over that upper edge. And just going back down the groove and setting it. All right, so we're halfway done with this. We're gonna go ahead and do the front door now. The front door is a little tricky, just aligning it initially, but once you get that, it's pretty easy. So I'm gonna cut over to there and we'll take a look at that. So the front door is straight, which is a good thing. But where this molding is right behind the mirror, it sort of dips in and then there's a little notch in there as well. So that's reflected in the material. So what we're gonna do is align it there first and then work our way back down the car. And this will be the hardest part about this door. So that is good and aligned now. It is a little overhang, but what we'll do is take a squeegee and tuck that material in. So now we're just gonna work down the back of the car. So let me switch the video here just to show you this process. All right. So with the lower trims, you're gonna align it at the top. So once you have it aligned at the top, take your little fingertips and just start to pat it down. And then we're just going to work the material down towards the body line. So since I've never prepared in any of my videos, I'm going to grab the squeegee, and what you're going to do is just work that material right underneath your chrome molding. And on this one, you'll see in the end of the video, we have a little trick for this. What you want to do is just gently pull that material a little bit. And then you can see where the chrome ends. You just want to make a slice 1/16 of an inch past that, or maybe not even that, maybe a little bit less than a 1/16. And then we're just going to roll that over that edge. And then in the very end of the video, we'll have a little end piece cap that will go on there. So I'm going to go back up front now and show you the rest of this. So this is the part from earlier that sort of has that little bit of overhang, I should say. So what we're gonna do is just tuck that underneath here. And then that front edge, just roll that over too. Then we're gonna tuck this bottom piece under as well. All right, so that's the front door. And we have the rear door left. So we're gonna show you that next. So on the rear door, it also has a weird little notch. So that's reflected in the film right here. So we're gonna start the rear in the rear position and then work our way forward. It's not as hard as the front door. This is probably the easiest door out of all of them. So once you get that initially aligned, you're just gonna align this at the top. And you work your way towards the front of the vehicle. So once that's in position, just go ahead and tap it down with your fingertips. And work the rest of the material down the door. And just like on the front door, you're just using the squeegee to get that material in that groove there. So on the rear door, you're gonna have to make a cut in the front and the back. Just like on the front door. So just a little bit past where that chrome stops. And that's the rear door. So let's take a look at what you got now. So again, this is the gloss black film. So you can see it matches these center pillars very well. So the last step is those little pieces that I talked about at the beginning of the video. I'm actually not going to show that in the video. It's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is peel them off and stick them on. But that's about it. Like I said, this is a gloss black film. This is available on our website. There's a link in the video description as well. We also have a few other items for this vehicle. Make sure to like and subscribe to our video and our channel. And thanks for watching.